Hello and welcome to Mega Conference Quiz Bowl. I'm your host Mike McLean, and I'm here through the courtesy of the Taylor School District. This year we have 15 schools competing to advance to a state level competition in April at MSU. Today's contest is between Gibraltar Carlson High School and Romulus High School. Gibraltar Carlson is coached by Jack Wilson. Carlson, please introduce yourselves.
Nicole Mercado, senior.
Tara Novak, sophomore.
Quinn Shepard, senior captain.
Rebecca Emanuelson, senior.
Thank you. Romulus is coached by Sean Shivnan. Romulus, please introduce yourselves.
Caleb Heil, senior.
Kyle Sherwood, senior.
Vaughn Leando, senior captain.
Randall Norfleet, junior.
Thank you all. Our first quarter consists of 12 toss-up questions, each worth 10 points. Teams that may not confer, and remember to wait until I call on you before responding. Here we go. First one's a math question. Express 3/16 as either a repeating or terminating decimal. Tell what kind of decimal it is, as well as provide the answer. Wayne?
3.33 repeating.
Incorrect. Vaughn?
0.1875. Regular.
That's incorrect. It's terminating. Toss up 2. The modern presidential campaign necessarily involves the use of public opinion polls. What is the term used to describe a method of polling which creates a representative sample by shuffling census tracts and interviewing every 5th or 10th or some other number house? Kyle?
Double blind.
That's incorrect. Tyler?
Caucus.
It's also incorrect. It's called random sampling. Toss up 3. What Hemingway novel features Santiago in an effort to catch a giant... Caleb?
Farewell to Arms.
That's incorrect. To catch a giant fish. And that's time. It's The Old Man and the Sea. Toss up 4 is long. According to a namesake equation, the magnitude of this force is proportional to the cross-sectional area of an object times the square of its velocity times the density of the fluid in which it is immersed. That force will be opposite in direction to the current velocity and will thus reduce kinetic energy and speed. Name this force opposed to thrust that encompasses the phenomenon of air resistance. Kyle?
Drag.
Drag is correct. Toss up 5. 2 classes of citizens existed in ancient Rome. The common people were known as the plebeians. Identify the name for the wealthy or the noble class of citizens. Kyle?
Senators.
No. Wayne?
Burgess.
Incorrect. They're called patricians. Number 6, the answer must be given in simplified form. And is another math question. Truck A left the shipping yard and traveled due north for 6 miles. Truck B drove away from the same shipping yard and traveled due east for 3 miles. Assuming that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, how far apart are trucks A and B? Tyler?
3 times square root of 5 miles.
Is correct. Toss up 7. What is the 2-word term for Franklin Delano Roosevelt's radio addresses given because of where he was? Kyle?
Fireside chat.
Is correct.
Oh.
Because of where he was sitting, near the fireplace. Toss up 8. Its founders hired skilled Italians in an attempt to establish a silk industry, but it was primarily created as a military buffer zone. Black slavery was initially banned until the development of a rice culture, and the militia drew primarily upon men seeking to avoid debtor's prison. Name, Kyle?
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. Toss up 9. What word can mean the emblems or insignia of royalty, or can also mean, Wayne?
Crest.
That's incorrect. Fancy, fine clothing. It is a
Coat.
That's also incorrect. It's regalia. Toss up, Tim. There are many different card games on the market today, and although most of these games consist of 54 cards to a deck, not all of them do. How many cards are there in a deck of pinochle? Nicole?
Sorry, no answer.
That's incorrect. A deck of pinochle cards. Randall?
32.
That's incorrect. It's 48. Current events. Name the Republican presidential candidate who won the Iowa caucus. Wayne?
Okay, I'm on. I messed up.
In
Huckabee.
Huckabee is correct for Romulus. Last one of the round. In a recent 60 Minutes interview, what Major League Baseball player said that his former personal trainer's accusations, Wayne?
Clemens.
Clemens is correct. That's the end of our first quarter. We'll return after a short break. Our second quarter is about to begin. It consists of 8 toss-up questions, each worth 10 points. A correct answer entitles that team to a set of 4 bonus questions, each worth 5. Any missed bonus questions will be rebounded to the opposing team. Teams may confer, but only the captain may give me the answer on the bonus questions. Here we go, toss-up 1, both teams. Which of the 12 constellations of the zodiac contains the Lagoon Nebula and is located between Capricornus and Scorpius? Kyle?
Cancer.
That's incorrect. Wayne?
Pisces.
Also incorrect. Sagittarius, I need. Toss up 2 is a math question. What is the arc sign of 1/2? Rebecca?
Pi over 2.
That's incorrect.
Yes.
Time. It's 30 degrees, pi over 6. Arc sign needs to be in radians, pi over 6. Toss up 3, both teams. In which language did Giacomo Rossini write the 4-act opera William Tell? Caleb?
Italian?
Incorrect. Rebecca?
German.
Also incorrect. It's French. Guillaume Tell. William. Toss up 4. Name a type of wall painting which involved mixing dry earth pigments with water and painting the mixture on fresh, wet lime plaster. This painting,
Al fresco?
Nicole. Say again?
Al fresco?
I will take that. It is a fresco. And your bonus questions are
What's your name? Good job, though.
concerning painting. Number 1 for Carlson. In which New York mountains, beloved by Thomas Cole, American founder of the Hudson River School of Landscape Painting, is Asher Duran's Kindred Spirits set?
Do the Appalachians run through New York?
They might.
Appalachians?
Incorrect. Romulus?
It's close.
Black Mountain.
Cascade Mountains.
Pinemont Mountains.
The Piedmonts? No, it's the Catskills.
Oh.
Number 2 for Carlson. Name North America's first great portrait painter, the colonial artist whose works include Watson and the Shark, Death of the Earl of Chatham, and Boy with a Squirrel.
I don't know.
Rockwell?
Incorrect. Romulus?
I don't know.
Smith.
Nope. No guess.
Jonathan Singleton Copley. The DIA had Watson and the Shark and all the drawings that went before it up just a couple of years ago. Back to Carlson. Identify the American artist who painted Symphony in White, number 2, Little White Girl in 1864. He is better known, though, for his arrangement in gray and black.
No answer. Warhol.
That's incorrect. Romulus?
Whistler.
Say it out loud.
Whistler.
Whistler is correct. Arrangement in gray and black would be Whistler's mother. Back to Carlson for the 4th one. To which Spanish surrealist artist who called his paintings hand-painted dream photographs is a museum in St. Petersburg, Florida, devoted?
Is it Dolly maybe?
Dolly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dolly?
Dali is correct. Toss up 5, both teams. Identify the world's largest ethnic group that does not have, Kyle,
Mandarin Chinese.
that's incorrect, that does not have an independent nation. About 20 million members of this group live in an area 74,000 square miles wide on the borders of Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Syria, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. And in 1996, Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein attacked them when his forces moved on the northern Iraqi city of Erbil. Rebecca,
Urdu.
that's incorrect. It is the Kurds. The Kurds. Number 6, math question. You may or may not want a pencil. What is the exact numerical limit of the sequence? Quantity. 1 plus 1 over n raised to the nth power as n increases without bound. And I'm going to call time. I call time. It's not really a calculation problem, it's a definition problem. That number is E. Toss up 7. In which U.S. state capital was the world's largest Coca-Cola sign lit in May of 1990? Wayne?
Atlanta.
Atlanta is correct. Your bonus questions for Carlson. We were talking about the Atlanta headquarters of Coca-Cola. All the questions here are about headquarters. Name for me the Missouri city that was headquarters of the Pony Express line.
Missouri.
Huh?
Missouri.
What's the capital of Missouri?
I think St. Louis is in Missouri.
Huh?
I think so.
St. Louis.
That's incorrect. Romulus?
Some Italian. I don't know.
Jefferson City.
Also incorrect. It's St. Joseph. Back to Carlson. A military organization formed in 1831 whose headquarters are in Arbagne, France, near Marseille.
I don't know.
No answer.
The
Romulus.
French Legion.
Foreign Legion.
Foreign Legion.
Something like that.
Uh,
I don't know.
Paris.
That's incorrect. The answer is the French Foreign Legion.
I thought you said city.
Carlson, back to you.
You said headquarters.
Name that Colonel Robert Baden-Powell gave to the South African schoolboys he used as runners to keep in touch with his headquarters.
No, it's ridiculous. Runners.
No. Romulus.
The Mountain Boys?
The Mountain Boys.
You say it now.
Mountain Boys.
No. Robert Baden-Powell founded the Boy Scouts.
The Boy Scouts.
Oh my God.
And number 4, back to Carlson. The city near the Sea of Galilee that Jesus chose as his headquarters from which to preach about the kingdom of God.
I feel bad not knowing this. Where's the Sea of Galilee?
I don't know.
You know?
Captain, need an answer.
Jerusalem?
Incorrect. Romulus.
Nazareth.
Also incorrect. It's Capernaum. Toss up 8. Last one of the round. Which poet wrote the lines, "This is the way the world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper," in his poem, The Hollow Men? His other notable works include The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock and The Wasteland. Caleb,
Frost.
that's incorrect. Wayne?
E.E. Cummings.
Wrong one. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot. That's the end of our first half. We'll be back in a minute to verify our score and then begin our second half. We're back to begin the third quarter of our match. The score after the first half is tied at 45-45. We have a couple of substitutes for the Carlson team. Please introduce yourselves.
Aaron Long, Jr. Jeff Osborne, Sr.
Thank you both. Our third quarter is our lightning round. Each team has 60 seconds to correctly answer 10 questions. Teams may confer, but only the captain may give the answer. Questions not answered correctly will be rebounded to the opposing team. Since it was a tie, the last correct questioner gets their choice, and that would be Carlson. Your choices of categories are U.S. geography, composers, or science measurements?
Not composed.
What's that?
Geography.
Yeah, I was gonna say geography is pretty much the only one we have a shot at.
Let's go geography.
We're gonna go with geography.
U.S. geography. 60 seconds on the clock. Given a clue, indicate to which state I am referring. Okay, name of the state. Ready? Number one. The state named for George II.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Correct. It is French for Illini.
Louisiana.
No. Named for our first president.
Pass.
Named for two dukes. One was named Albany.
New York.
Correct. Indian for gathering place of all waters.
Michigan. Michigan.
No. Sieur de la Salle named it for King Louis XIV.
Louisiana.
Correct. Indian for muddy water.
Pass.
Aztec for silver bearing.
Pass.
Snowclad in Spanish.
Alaska. Pass.
Spanish for red.
Pass.
Named for our first president.
Washington.
Correct. Indian for muddy water.
Michigan.
No. And time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6. Pass to Romulus. Romulus, here we go. Ready? It is French for Illini.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Correct. Indian for gathering place of all waters.
Oklahoma.
Ohio.
No.
Oklahoma.
Indian for muddy water.
Mississippi.
Um,
Oklahoma.
Mississippi.
Oklahoma.
No. Aztec for silver bearing.
Arizona.
Arizona.
Correct. Snowclad in Spanish.
Nevada.
Nevada.
Correct. Spanish for red.
Colorado.
Colorado is correct, and you've got 4. The 2 that everybody missed, the gathering place of all the waters,
Ohio.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
And for Indian for muddy water,
Minnesota.
that would be the Missouri River. And Romulus, your remaining choices are composers or science measurements.
Science measurements.
Okay, you'll want a pencil. You need to write something down here. For Romulus, you are choosing from these 8 choices. So write the 8 choices down. Here they are. Energy, force, mass, power, pressure, temperature, speed, volume. There's the 8. Okay, your instructions are indicate what each unit I give you is used to measure.
Slow. Keep it slow.
Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. Romulus, 60 seconds on the clock. Number 1, gram.
Mass.
Mass.
Correct. Joule.
Force.
No. Calorie per second.
That one's power.
Power.
Correct. Bar.
Pressure.
Pressure.
Correct. Electron volt.
That one's energy.
Energy.
Correct. Foot-pound per second.
Pressure. No.
Force.
Force.
No. Pascal.
8 Pascal.
Force.
Pass.
Wait. Pass.
Speed.
No.
No.
Fahrenheit.
Degrees.
Temperature.
Temperature.
Correct. Liter.
Volume.
Correct. Newton.
Force.
Correct. And none were passed. You got 7. So 3 passed to Carlson. Carlson, here they are. Joule.
Energy.
Correct. Foot-pound per second.
Pressure.
No. Pascal.
Pressure.
Yes. And you got 2. And the one that everybody missed, the foot-pound per second, was power. That's the end of our 3rd quarter. We'll be back in a minute to begin our 4th. Our 4th quarter is about to begin. It consists of 15 toss-up questions, each worth 20 points. A lot of points for either team to get. Anybody's game. Here we go, toss-up 1. Which words complete Ralph Waldo Emerson's lines, "Here once the embattled farmers stood and fired the blank"? Kyle,
Cannon.
that's incorrect. Wayne,
Guns.
Also incorrect. I'm certain if they'd have had a cannon, they'd have probably fired it. It's the British at Concord, and it's the shot heard round the world. Next one's a math question. What integer is the sum of the common logarithm of 10 added to the common logarithm of 100? Vaughn.
3.
3 is correct. Nice job. Toss up 3. The title character begins the play as Lord of Glamis and is soon given control of Cawdor as well. Vaughn.
Macbeth.
Macbeth is correct. Number 4, identify the 19th century Massachusetts senator who said, "The people's government, made for the people, made by the people, and answerable to the people." Caleb.
Henry?
That's incorrect. And that's
Douglas.
time. Daniel Webster. Daniel Webster. Toss up 5. When in a solid form consisting of sheets of sp2 hybridized atoms, this element is an opaque, electrically conducting, thermally insulating, very soft lubricant. However, it is transparent, electrically insulating, thermally conducting, extremely hard abrasive when it's in a tetrahedral network. Name this element that forms both graphite and
Carbon.
diamonds. It is carbon. It is carbon. Toss up 6.
Not calling my name anymore
Jeez.
because you're just kind of looking at me.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But I wasn't quite done yet, but you're good. On January 20th, 1981, what country released 52 Americans who had been held hostage for 444 days? Vaughn.
China.
That's incorrect. Aaron.
Iran.
Say again.
Iran.
Yes. Toss up 7. When we read a book, or more often when we watch a movie, we may doubt the plausibility of an event or the credibility of a character.
Suspension of disbelief.
Is correct. Nice job. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'm sorry, incorrect. A popular literary phrase tells us to suspend our disbelief. From which lake poet did this phrase originate? And yes, Wayne.
E.E. Cummings.
Incorrect. His name is William Wordsworth. Toss up 8. No points for anybody on 7. What instrument is used to detect the velocity of a bullet? Tyler.
Chronograph.
Is correct. Toss up 9. In 1898, which U.S. president declared war on Spain, resulting in U.S. gaining new territories from Puerto Rico and the Philippines? And that's time. First president of the 20th century, William McKinley. Toss up 10. He thought that his finest book was 1895's The Personal Recollections of Joan of Arc, though few critics have agreed. Caleb.
Mark Twain?
Mark Twain is good. Toss up 11. Tsunamis are not considered tidal waves because they are not influenced by the gravitational effects of what? Kyle.
The moon.
The moon is correct. 12. During the Middle Ages, from about the 14th to the 16th centuries, this form of drama was popular. Its intent was to instruct the audience on the struggle between good and evil for human souls. The characters were personifications of virtues and vices. The most noted example is Everyman. What kind of drama is this? Wayne?
Melodrama.
That's incorrect. Kyle?
Greek.
It's called a morality play. Toss up 13. It is a soap comprised of the aluminum salt of a mixture of carboxylic acids and aluminum hydroxide in excess. When about 10% is added to gasoline, it forms a gel. It was used in flamethrowers and incendiary bombs during the Vietnam War. Kyle?
Napalm.
Napalm is correct. Current events. Which presidential candidate's great-grandfather Miles was a polygamist. He married his sixth wife in 1897, 30 years after the federal law was passed. Wayne?
Romney.
Romney is correct. And toss-up 15. What country recently denied that its army opened fire on a convoy of UN peacekeepers who were attacked in Darfur just days into their new mission? Kyle?
Sudan.
The Sudan is correct. That's the end of our match. We'll be back in a minute to verify our final score. Our final score for today's match is Romulus High School 275 and Gibraltar Carlson High School 185. Congratulations to both teams for a good match. In our next match, Trenton High School will play Carlson High School. Please join us. This is Mike McLean saying goodbye for Mega Conference Quiz Bowl.